Joining us for the latest managerial interview is joint manager John Under. Game of two halves, that one against Chelmsford there, and I guess the talking point is that bit at the end, how Chelmsford didn't score in that last 30 seconds was unbelievable.
I say it was just desire from our players to stop the ball going over the line. I think we had 4 players shut down that to get the block. I think Wellesley got the block. But yeah, we knew we were going to come up against that second half, and obviously when they scored so early, we knew it was going to be a tough half, and they're a big, strong side. They're a good side, experienced team. They'll feel they should have got something out of that today, and probably on the balance of play they did, but we just hung in there, and it takes all sorts of wins, and we've won some games this year playing some brilliant football, and today it was about heart and character and just digging in and defending against a good side.
First half, you must be played the better of the two games, and you got 2 goals from Ben Harris.
Yep.
Then just before that goal from Chelmsford, Ben Harris had a great chance to put 3-0 up in the early things.
Yeah.
And it just shows you how quickly football changes down
we
the
said
other
that,
end.
funnily enough. Yeah, it was all in the first 90 seconds of the second half. The move of ours, I mean, it would have been a goal of the season contender. Max did brilliantly down the left, played a 1-2 with Robbo. Brilliant ball in. I think Ben said the defender just got a slight touch which almost took it through Ben's legs. If it just hit Ben, it would have gone in and we'd have been 3 up. And they go down the other end and make it 2-1, and that gives them a massive lift, and it makes us, we had to defend, and we ended up getting in a mode where we were just defending and fighting for our lives. And it's difficult. It's difficult when you're doing that to then get it down and be kind of calm and composed on the ball. A bit of wind against us and a lot of pressure in our faces, and so we just had to try and weather it. And on another day, of course, they might have got one, but today it went our way and we got the points.
You've got to be especially pleased with the kind of injuries and stuff that you've got. Obviously, no Lee Togwell for the first time this season. Matt Lynch had a little niggle. No Mark Nisbet, no Guy Hollis.
Yeah, missing some big players. Simon Dunn, obviously, and players that have been regulars for us for several years out of the side today, obviously. So we were a bit patched up, and we knew it was going to be a tough game anyway. What I'd say, the boys who've come in from Tuesday and tonight, obviously Guy came in and was great Tuesday. Birdie centre half today. We felt it was a good game for him to come into if he was going to play centre half, because they are big and strong and quite direct at times. And I thought he was excellent. I thought he won all his headers in his battles, and so but we were a little bit patched up. But I thought we did ever so well. I said 2 goals first half helps. Was it a 2-0 first half? Probably not. It was quite an even half. But we got our goals and we got in front, and that gave us something to defend second half. So. We've had a difficult week, obviously, Saturday's defeat, but we've bounced back brilliantly. We said before these 3 games, 6 points would be a good return, and we've ended up getting it, a week ago. This time last week we didn't feel in a great place, but we've bounced back. Two big National League South sides in Welling and Chelmsford come into us, and we've won them both, so it's a great response from the lads.
Yeah, and then obviously with a couple of results going your way, you might be second, I think.
Yeah, we've gone second. Yeah, obviously games in hand for 1 or 2 below us, but yeah, it's a nice place to be. It's as high as we've been. Must be as high as the club's been for a long time, second in this level. So yeah, and obviously we've got a really tough one next week. We haven't, but we'll worry about that later in the week. We'll enjoy looking at that table, being second. I think the boys have, we won 9 and 11, and whereas you get some games like today where you're hanging on, over the course of those 11 games, we've deserved to get where we are, and hopefully we can stay there.
And what about the injury front? You're hoping that by the time Saturday comes that some of your players will be back?
We'll have Guy back available. He was away today. We'll have Guy back available. Lenchi seems to come through it okay. He had a slight problem with his knee, so we didn't risk him from the start. Togs is going to maybe be a few weeks, I think. Look, he rolled his ankle Tuesday night and he's got a lot of swelling there. So difficult to put a time frame, but we think another couple of weeks. So we'll have to see.
And of course, obviously Simon Dunn with the news on after Tuesday's game, that news broke on Wednesday that he's taken a break from football with some mental health issues. First of all, Simon Dunn as a player, especially this season, has done so well. I think he changed the game in the FA Cup replay when he came on.
Yeah.
Just talk to us about Simon as a player.
He's an incredibly fit lad, incredibly honest lad. Never a moment's trouble as a player. Manager's dream from many points of view. He's been with us a few years now, and he's been a big part of what we've achieved. He's been a big player for us, and obviously, hopefully, will be again. Obviously, the news that came, he contacted myself and Bakes on Monday. We had no idea. You don't see these things sometimes, and but obviously, we're pleased that he stepped forward and said what he did. He's been obviously living with this for a while, and felt it had reached a point where he needed to say something. So we're so pleased that he did. A break is the right thing for him. He's getting some support around it, which hopefully will just help him to cope with it. But we won't put any pressure on him, obviously, and we'll support him. But we need to give him time, and we hope one day he's ready and wants to come back. But first and foremost, it's about him and his family and him getting himself straight. So, obviously came as a shock, and we're not experienced in dealing with this. You don't deal with this regularly. So, but the lads have given him great support. Everyone at the club, and I know all the messages he got, he really appreciated this week. So I think he'll probably come out and say more in the coming weeks. I think he's keen to share where he's at and how he's been feeling, because I think it will help others. There must be others in the same boat. So, obviously everyone at the club's pulled around him, and we wish him well. Found out it was his birthday, didn't realise that, so happy birthday, Dunny, and we hope to see him soon.
How difficult is it, because he's not the loudest of persons that you meet? It must have been very difficult for him to come out and actually say that and even approach you two. I mean, he knows you guys well, but that's a huge step for someone with that kind of problem to come out with.
It is, and we're just pleased he did, and pleased that he felt that he could open up to us. We've got a good relationship with him, but you're right, he's not one of those loud, brash characters in the changing room. He goes under the radar a little bit. That's maybe where you don't spot some of this, because he's just a naturally quiet lad, and hadn't really reflected in his performances, I wouldn't say either. But it is what it is, and we have to, obviously, however he wants to play it is fine by us.
Yeah, we wish Danny all the best.
Absolutely.
Good weekend, good week, 6 points.
Yep.
And you can enjoy a couple of drinks now for the weekend. Second place.
Definitely. We'll enjoy looking at that table and prepare for another big game next week.